What's good, everybody, and welcome to the last video in a series of how to fix my 400 credit score. Again, this whole series has been for anybody, no matter where your credit score is. If you need to improve it so that you can buy a house, get a new car, get funding for your business, become an investor and use your credit for that. This is for you so that I can help you reach your goals in a shorter amount of time versus you trying to figure it out and going through all of the different information telling you conflicting things or these new tricks that don't really work or they work temporarily. So if you've been enjoying this series so far, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. But today we're here to talk about what happens when you actually get those results back from the disputes that you sent out, which we talked about how to create those in the last video. If you missed that video, go check that out first. And also make sure that you go check every video out from the beginning of the series, because it all works with each other and it will help you to get ultimately the best result no matter where you're starting from and getting to the point of where you are at the goal that you want to achieve. So today again, we're talking about exactly what to look at when it comes to the responses and how to respond and proceed after you receive those responses. Now, at a random time in the video, so stick around in the video, because of this, you are going to hear me say a coupon code, a promo code that you can use to actually get a discount off of services. If after going through all of this, you saw that you would much rather just have somebody do the work for you and you don't want to do it yourself, you can get a discount on services for this month only. So make sure you do check that out and set that appointment, which will be down in the description. But listen for that promo code. Getting back into the responses, right? So once you send those disputes, they have up to 30 days to respond to you, the credit bureaus that is, and even the creditors. Now, in a lot of instances, you might see mail start coming in within 2 weeks. So it might not even be 30 days. So, a lot of times people say, well, if they don't respond in 30 days, actually they're supposed to delete it, they're supposed to remove it. But a lot of times they do respond, but there are also some times where they don't actually send in a mail response, and they will just change whatever it is on your credit report and do an investigation, which still meets the qualifications because they still did something in regards to your dispute. So look out for the mail, but if you don't get the mail, that's okay. That's why you should have monthly updates on your credit report so that you can check your credit report and see if they changed anything versus hoping that they did and not really knowing if they did. And if you want more information on where to get your reports and get monthly updates, go back to the first video I did. You'll get all the information that you need on that. There are only a few ways that they can respond. They can either say that they deleted it, which is what you want, that they verified the information, or that they updated it. Those are going to be the three most usual things that you see. Of course, if they deleted it, the account is gone. If they verified it, that means they didn't change anything and they're saying that the company said that everything was correct about everything that you were disputing. And also, if they say that they updated the information, it could be, that you were disputing the account number and then they were able to verify the correct account number and they changed it and updated it. It could be that you disputed the balance or the payment amount and then they updated that information to show the correct balance or the correct payment amount. So that's what can happen in regards to update. Or maybe you disputed the late payments and they updated the late payments to show paid on time. Those are the different things that you can see based off those responses. Now, sometimes the update will be enough and it will be what you need to help get your score increased and to be in the place where you want to be. But most of the times you're trying to get that deletion. Now, what I see happen in most instances is people will, when they're doing this on their own, they'll send one dispute, wait for the responses to come in, and then if they say that they verified it, they give up. Or they will, try again and send another dispute. And then if they come back verified the second time, then they just give up because they think, well, okay, it's nothing else I can do. But that's why in the last video, I showed you that there are a bunch of different laws out there that you can use, and you don't have to say the same thing every time. And some people might actually send the same dispute the second time or more than once. And that is something that you don't want to do, because that will get you a frivolous response from the bureaus. And if you get that frivolous response, then that means it's going to be extremely hard, sometimes pretty impossible, to get that account removed once they label your dispute as frivolous for that particular account. This isn't all the time, but a lot of times that can make it very hard. And you don't want to do that. That's why you want to always make sure that you're sending something new or disputing for a different reason every time you dispute. Now also, there's sometimes where you might get a stall letter from the bureaus, either asking you to send in proof of identification and address and stuff. Even if you send it in, sometimes they still send that to you. Sometimes you may get a response from the bureaus saying, okay, thank you for sending the dispute. It looks like you might have been working with a credit repair company, and they might tell you something to deter you from using a credit repair company, of course, because they don't want you to get help with what you're trying to do. And even if you don't have a credit repair company helping you, they might still send it to you, which shows you how they send generic responses that don't address what you were actually talking about in your dispute all the time. Which is why I showed you guys in the last video how you can even have a super valid reason for them to not, or for them to remove something off your credit, and they will still not remove it after multiple disputes, to the point where you have to actually sue them to get something off your credit. So I'm just saying all this so that you know different things that can happen. And of course, what should you do? Well, the first thing is you don't want to give up, especially not too early. Like I said, most people give up in the first or second round. And what they don't realize is, and when they're looking for help from credit repair companies, they also don't realize that they think that they should send something one time and that should be it. But it takes more than just that. A lot of times what I've seen over 10 years of doing this is that it can take anywhere from 6 to 8 months to get the best results from this process. So you have to, of course, know what to be able to say and do in all of those different months that you're sending disputes out. And you also have to be persistent and not give up, because just because they verified something once doesn't mean that they're going to verify it every time. I've seen where they verified an account, like over 5 times back to back, and then that 6th time, it gets removed. So it can always happen a bunch of different ways. I've had a person that had like 15 different things on their credit, and everything came off their credit in 1 month. That's not normal by any means, but that's how different the process can go from person to person. And if you're doing this for yourself, you don't have anything to go off of. That's why I'm letting you know that what you're seeing isn't something to tell you that you're stuck. What it is just telling you to keep going, keep pressing until you've exhausted all your options. But at least give the process of you doing this on your own at least 6 months, I would say, of really trying and going at it and trying to see what you can do to get some of these deletions to happen. So don't lose faith is the first thing that you can really do. And of course, like I said, you just have to look at what they said in the response to what you disputed. If they did not give you the favorable result, then you have to choose a different reason, a different piece of information on that account that might apply. Maybe you might need to go into some of the UCCs in your state, which are the universal commercial codes in your state, which deal with certain things that can or cannot happen in certain situations on certain accounts on your credit report. And like I said, there are several different laws that are out there as well. So working with the different pieces of data on the account that you're disputing, using some of those laws and everything can open up some doors for you and give you some options. Again, if you guys want some help and you don't want to do this on your own, you can use the promo code with the appointment link down in the description of this video. That is going to be Fix My Score 400, and you'll be able to get a discount this month only. And you can only get that when you're actually on a consultation. So make sure that you, if you sign up for the appointment, you can get your discount during the consultation, and that only applies during this month. So jump on in if you need the help. If not, make sure that you are staying persistent no matter what is happening, and knowing that you're doing the best things that you can do to try to get to a better place, because most of the other options that are out there, like bankruptcy, debt settlement, even trying to get a consolidation loan, which can be hard if your credit score is low, those options really aren't going to be the best things to help most people with their situations. But keep being persistent. Know that you're doing the best things you can do to try to get to a good place with your credit, and just keep thinking about the ultimate goal that you have in mind. And also, if you don't have a lot of time and you're really pressed in your situation where you know, let's say you have to move out of your apartment in a month and you need another place to stay, you know, sometimes you might have to go a different route. Then it's because it can take more time. But if you're going to do this process, you have to know that it can take time, and you have to be willing to give yourself enough time to go through the process so that you can see the best results. So hopefully you guys got a lot of value from this series. If you did, give a thumbs up to this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And make sure that you check out all of the other videos on the channel that I have to help you guys in regards to building credit, understanding your credit, different options to get, you know, funding, and also if you have businesses, I talk about grants and different funding options for your business as well. And I have some stuff on here about getting a house, refinancing your car. So it's a lot of information on the channel if you are new to this channel from this series. So check out everything that I have to offer. There's a lot of stuff out there that can help you guys. I appreciate you guys very much for being here through the series, and I'll see you guys in the next video.